Hey there everyone! Happy Tuesday. I hope you guys all had a great long weekend and had a great time celebrating Memorial Day weekend. I'm coming at you live today on Facebook talking about time and energy and how interconnected these two things are, time and energy in our life, and how interwoven they are. And I'm also going to be sharing with you my secret hack for ways to increase and improve your educational learning online. When you are going to YouTube videos, when you're looking at TED Talks, when you are watching lives on Facebook or on websites, I'm going to share with you my secret hack for boosting your educational awareness while also maximizing your time. Because you know I love the efficiency, I love to be productive with our time. But before I jump into today's topic, all about time and energy and life hacks, just want to share with you real quick, for those of you who are new, my name is Tori. I'm a personal time and energy strategist, and I help those of you who are struggling with work-life balance, with self-care, with boundaries, with lack of boundaries, with low energy. I help you boost your energy. I help you maximize your time, especially if you're struggling with procrastination, you're disorganized, you don't have great time management skills. And I also help you simplify your life and get rid of all the old rules and habits that are holding you back. So we do all of that work together, and it is amazing. But today, we are talking about time and energy. Now, we all know there are 24 hours in a day, and that is it. There's not another hour, not 20, not 25, not 23, 24. And every single minute, every single second, you are making a choice in how you're spending your time in that given day. And then your day is up, your hours for that day are done. Right? So we all know that we're all so aware of time and where we're wasting time, or where we wish we had more time, or how we wish we could create this time to be able to do all these additional things in our life. But what we don't talk about that also feeds into time is energetics, right? So time is finite, 24 hours, and that is it. Energy, though, it ebbs and flows, it comes and goes, it's up and down, and it's constant, just like time is constant. But the thing is that we never ever talk about energetics and the energy behind the way that we spend our time, and it's so vitally important. So today I'm going to talk a little bit about energy and how it's connected to time, and then I'm going to give you guys this opportunity to join me for my first ever free live workshop where we're really going to dive into energetics. And this is the perfect opportunity. If you're someone who loves self-discovery, self-growth, who's looking to make a change, who loves to learn new ideas and ask questions, and just kind of is curious about different ways they can show up and live a happier, more well-rounded and balanced life, and this is the webinar for you. This is a webinar workshop. And so what that means is that it's online, it's virtual, so you can sign in from your computer in the comfort of your own homes, in your sweats, in your yoga pants, whatever, on the tee, or on public transportation, at a friend's house, at the office. If you're working late, you can just log in and join me. It's virtual, and it's 1 hour of your time. That's it. So here's the thing, right? We're going to talk about energy. Everything we do, every thought we have, whether it's subconscious or not, every feeling that we feel, every step that we make, every action move that we take in our life, from when we're a baby until this present moment right now, here and now, there is energetics behind every single thing that we do, okay? And we never talk about that. And so many of us, we are wasting and actually draining our energy resources, right? We aren't aware of how much energy affects the way that we're showing up in our life. And so when we are draining our energy, when it's being wasted, or we're not kind of being able to shift out of different energy levels, it really is impacting our time and the way that we show up. And for a lot of us, it's making us feel drained and exhausted and anxious and stressed and just really fed up with life and stuck. That's all energetic. It's not so much the time. So in this webinar, we're going to be talking a little bit more in depth about this, but it's important for you to know that there are two main classifications of energy. There's catabolic energy and there's anabolic energy. And catabolic energy is an energy that is draining, that's negative, that holds you down, that breaks you down. It's that stress, it's that cortisol, it's just that lack of energy. And then there's the anabolic energy, and that is the growth energy, that is the opportunity energy, that is the curious, I love life, I'm going to grab it and make the most out of it because I'm so positive, kind of uplifting energy. So there are two main types of energy. We're going to talk more about this in this webinar. And then there are 7 levels within those two categories that range from 1 to 7. And 1, 2, and 3 are the lower levels of energy. And this is where so many of us are resonating and residing for the majority of our days. And this is really where we are being depleted and drained and just left feeling exhausted. And even though we have all these things that we're looking forward to or that we want to do, we want the self-care, we want the work-life balance, we want to go out to dinner with our friends, we want to go to the gym because we know it's so good for our bodies, it's going to make us feel better. We don't have the energy because we're drained and depleted. Those are those lower levels of energy, and we're going to talk in more depth what those specific levels are and really how they are draining you. And then we're also going to talk about those upper level energy levels where you're giving to others with joy and wisdom, where you're curious, where you're creating, where you're listening to your gut and following your instinct and just kind of in flow and feeling like, you know, that time is of no matter to you because you're just part of the journey. Those upper levels that we feel too, the happiness, the creativity, the peace, the feeling of groundedness, those are the upper levels of energy. And it's really important to be able to tell the difference between the 7 levels, and also to then have the awareness to know in which level you are residing in any given moment and be able to make the choice. It's all about choice and awareness to shift to the different levels of energy if you are sick of being in the lower levels. So we're really going to dive in depth with those different levels, and it's all about awareness and education, and then it's all about acceptance of where you are with no judgment, and then it's all about, okay, this is where I'm at, just like last video, this is where I'm at in my life. I might be feeling negative emotions, I might be feeling positive emotions, but I'm going to now accept where I am and choose to shift myself energetically and therefore maximize my time. So that's what this opportunity is all about. And as you can tell, energetics and energy are so connected. And I really want to encourage you to kind of check in with yourself today as you move throughout your day and kind of get a sense of like, how am I energetically feeling? Do I have a lot of energy right now, or am I feeling pretty low? And why? What is that coming from? So this webinar, it's a great opportunity for those of you who are really struggling with work-life balance, who are really struggling to find some time for themselves, you know, that self-care time, who maybe lack boundaries, who take on too much because they want to be involved, they want to help, they want to be a yes person, but then they start to resent all the choices they've made or all the things they've agreed to do, and then are resentful and frustrated. And this is also a great opportunity for those of you who are living with old rules and beliefs and habits that are no longer working for you or serving you in a way that is positive for your life. Hi to everyone who's watching right now. So this is an opportunity for you to learn and then let go of those old beliefs and rules that are holding you back. So this is just a great opportunity. It's an hour of your time. You register. I'm going to put the link down below. Tell your friends, tell your coworkers, tell your significant other, whoever, because this is a life-changing 1-hour topic. And it's really just going to open up your world and to really be able to have that work-life balance that you're so desperately craving. And what's great is that if for some reason you can't make this webinar, this workshop online because you have other commitments, life gets in the way, you have to work, things are busy, I get it. I will send you the recording so you have access to it no matter what. And that leads me to my little secret hack for you all. So a couple years ago when I was really struggling in my 20s, I think a lot of us have been there, when it's just kind of like, I don't know what I'm doing with my life and who I am, and I feel kind of stuck and what's the next move. I kind of went through this phase where I was just kind of trying to figure out who I was and who I wanted to be and how I wanted to live my life. And for me, something that I really love is self-discovery and continual education. So I will admit, I love a good self-help book. I love a book that's going to kind of open up my mindset. It's going to lead me down a journey of personal self-growth and discovery. And I also, like a lot of people out there, I love a good TED Talk. I love a good YouTube video. We go to YouTube for everything now. It's the new Google, right? You don't know how to do something, you don't know how to cook something, you don't know how to fix something. You need some motivational pep in your step, you go to YouTube, right? You want to learn how to meditate, go to YouTube. So because of all this wonderful online virtual information and access and education, we are continuously absorbing information and learning and growing. And that is fantastic. I support that 120 million%. That's how much I support it. But here's the thing, we don't always have enough time. So one of my hacks is when I want to go and watch a TED Talk, when I want to go watch a YouTube video to learn how to do something, speed up the settings. When you want to listen to a podcast because you know you're going to get something out of it, you don't have enough time to listen to 45 minutes of a podcast, speed it up. That's the hack. So there is a Chrome, if you use Google Chrome, there's an add-on plugin that you can add, but even just YouTube, Zoom conferences, anything that's a TED Talk, anything that's a podcast, speed it up And if you're watching it, put on the closed captions because you can quickly read as you listen. And this will take a 40-minute video or podcast and will make it 20 minutes. So you're still getting that education, that self-discovery, but in half the time. And so with that being said, I'm going to be completely honest. You're going to be able to take my recording of my webinar if you can't make it. I encourage you to come live because you're going to get so much out of it. But if you can't make it, I'm going to send you that recording and then you can speed it up and you can listen to it on 2 times the speed and just really get the most out of the bang for your buck with not spending as much time. So that was the secret hack I wanted to share with you at all. It seriously has changed my life because now I get even more content and information when I want to learn something or when I'm curious about something for less time. And we're all about that, right? That's the whole point. So anyways, I hope that this little mini video has inspired you and encouraged you and just kind of piqued your interest in wanting to go a little bit more in depth with learning about time and energy, how it's connected, how it plays a role in your own personal life, and the ways that you are going to be able to learn how to shift your energy level so you can do more of what you love, so you have that energy, you have that motivation, you have that work-life balance in your life to get more of what you want. That's what it's all about. So anyways, enjoy the rest of your day. Next week, we're going to talk about energetics again and how energetics is contagious and how we're kind of, you want to figure out what contagious strain you want to pick up energetically. So we're going to talk about that next week. You'll have another chance next week to register for the webinar as well. So anyways, register, leave a comment, leave a question, reach out if you want to connect. I would love to help you with whatever it is you're struggling with, and have a fantastic day. Bye.